So evidently, being a transplant coordinator is the easiest job in the world to do. I don't exactly know what it is that transplant coordinators facilitate. It's sad. Transplant coordinators are some of the laziest people I have ever seen in a position this important. As a transplant coordinator, there are going to be three things that you're definitely going to do for sure. One, you're going to go on a lot of vacations. Two, you're going to drink a lot of expensive coffee. And three, you're going to spend a lot of time not talking to patients. No empathy, no compassion. You know, the two basic things that you need when you're dealing with sick people. Transplant coordinators basically have carte blanche to just do whatever they want. If they don't want to come to work, they don't come to work. If they don't feel like answering the phone, they won't answer the phone. If they don't feel like calling you back, they won't call you back. If they want to withhold important information that they could be relaying to you, they just won't do it. I have interacted with 3 transplant coordinators, and anytime I've called them and I needed information right away, it'd be like a week and a half, sometimes 2 weeks. And then they just won't call. And then you talk to them and they talk to you like there's anything else in the world they'd rather be doing than talking to you. Now, these people are in the position to try to help you get a transplant, mind you. You're busting your ass on dialysis and then they call and tell you that they don't care about that. You do everything they ask, then the goalpost moves back. And then once you reach that goalpost, the goalpost moves again. And it just constantly just keeps moving around. Then when you talk to them on the phone, they try to make it seem like transplant is just a luck of the draw. But I don't believe that. I believe 100% that they have more knowledge and they have more control over who gets a transplant than they want you to believe that they do. A transplant coordinator is nothing more than a glorified secretary with way too much power. They want respect but won't give it to you. They want consideration but they won't give it to you. They want you to treat them like human beings, but they treat you like you're just some random number in their computer. There's no humanity when it comes to transplant coordinators. You're just a number to them. And if you die waiting for a transplant, oh well. Oh well. That makes their job easier. And you hear these stories of how there's all this huge turnover with transplant coordinators. And I'm starting to believe that that's not true. These transplant coordinators will hold on to this job and this position until the day they die because the money's too good. And they think that if they just treat you like you're just some number in a computer, that increases their efficiency, but it doesn't. Because they know for a fact that if the shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't want somebody to treat them like that. They get with their other coordinators and they laugh at your pain. They laugh at your suffering. And then they go to Chipotle for lunch. The most important thing that a transplant coordinator is going to do in their workday is figure out where they're going to go for lunch. Not you, not the patient. They gaslight you into believing that all of this stuff that's happening to you is not a big deal. Like these aren't tragic events that are happening to you. That all of this stuff is just in your head. And it's not as bad as you know that it is. They try to convince you that a 4-year wait for a transplant, that a 6.5-year wait for a transplant is just a drop in the bucket. You're just being a drama queen. They look at you like, oh, well, all these other patients don't complain about this. Why don't you like this so much? Because here's the thing. A lot of patients lie. They're not going to tell you the truth out of fear of a retaliatory action against them by the coordinator. And you know how I know this is true? Because UC Davis did that to me. UC Davis is a pathetic, sorry-ass excuse for a transplant center. I don't know who they help. I don't know exactly what it is that UC Davis Transplant Center does for people. Because they're not doing nothing for me. And I've been on their stinking transplant list for 4.5 years. The first time I got assessed at UC Davis, that woman wanted to be anywhere else but sitting in that room doing her job with me. They're trying to get in at 9, leave at 5, collect their check, hop on a plane to fly to Barbados so that way they could swim with dolphins and drink Mai Tais. Like, out of here. Like, get out of here, man. Like, these transplant coordinators don't care about you. They care about everything outside of you. You, as a patient, just happen to be a part of the job that they don't take seriously at all. A lot of transplant coordinators are liars. They'll lie to your face real quick. They'll withhold important information from you real quick. I trust transplant coordinators with a very minute amount, because they don't care about gaining the trust of the people, because they get paid either way. A position where it's literally their job to care about the people, and they just choose not to. They just don't. And they don't lose any sleep over it, because they still get paid at the end of the day. And that's all that matters. And remember this. While you're waiting for a transplant and you're getting your body all sliced up and modified so that way you could be a better dialysis patient, these coordinators are on vacation in the Bahamas somewhere. And they're laughing at you with the rest of their coworkers while you're suffering.